Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this really adorable Tigger themed fall nail set. So let's jump right into it. So first things first, I have my nail stands. I get these nail stands from Amazon. You can probably find them on other places as well, but I'm going to start explaining a little more just because I know there's beginners on my channel and people that may have never seen my videos before. So I get these nail stands from Amazon. I do have an Amazon storefront where you can find them there. And I am using these nail tips from enailcouture. I recently got a few questions on what nail tips I use in some of my comments of some of my videos. And I use enailcouture for everything. I've tried Whte nail tips before. I've tried other brands and just nothing compares, honestly. I can't wait till I can find more brands that I love because I have no luck with finding good nail tips, but these have always worked out for me for some reason, and I don't know if it's just me. The Whte ones seem very sculpted, even if I buy the natural shape. Like, I know there's natural and sculpted and you can buy either or, but even if I buy natural, they're so sculpted to where like the sides of the nails curve in. And as I apply more and more gel, they curve in even more after it's all fully cured and done. And I just can't have that because my nail beds are so flat. I can't even put Whte nail tips on my nail beds. So it just doesn't work out for me. And I love enailcouture because they fit, I think, every single nail bed size. They are not so sculpted and they are not so flat. So they're perfect. I can wear them. A lot of customers wear them very well and everything like that. So I really like it. I'm going to be starting off by base coating all of the nail tips. I did also buff them prior. You don't have to apply a base coat, but I like when my nails are very strong and sturdy, so I apply a base coat no matter what. And now I'm going to be grabbing my gel polish called Dreamy Nude. This is on my website if you're interested in trying it. It's HEMA free and HPMA free. And technically my gel polishes are also TPO free. My gel polishes have something else as an alternative to TPO, which is TPOL. It's a different type of ingredient. It's a little bit better for you than regular TPO. So I don't like to advertise my gels as TPO free because it does have TPOL, but it does not have regular TPO in it, if you guys were concerned about that. So that is one thing that I wanted to say. I'm going to be saying that in a video soon though, and like explaining the gels a little more. I just haven't had the time. This is like my busiest season of the year during the holidays. So during like Halloween and stuff and fall, I've been having so many nail orders for specific more like extravagant things like characters and stuff. So I've just been super extremely busy, and apart from that, I've just been on a little bit of a creative like funk, or I don't know, a little bit unmotivated. If you guys notice, I haven't been posting as many short form videos and stuff, and it's just because of that. I just feel, I don't know, I feel like when I'm scrolling too much on social media, I start to get in my head a lot and comparing myself to other creators, which I know is probably kind of weird for you guys to hear because you guys probably see me as like a bigger creator, but I see myself as like a really small fish in like a big gigantic ocean of fishes. So it's just like really overwhelming to me when I scroll on social media a lot, which I've been doing, and that's so bad for me and my mental health. So I've been taking a break from the social media a little bit. I stopped scrolling on Instagram as much, and I feel like I'm feeling a little bit better. Now I'm going to be going over this with my color called Blushed Clay. You guys know I love to layer my colors and make my own combinations, so I'm doing two colors on this to create this really pretty kind of like, I don't know, it's just, it gives it a little more of a pinkish tint, but you can see it doesn't change it that much. I just like to add colors, and I want to show you guys like you can make combinations with different gel polishes that you guys have. You don't have to just use one, you can always layer them. So yeah, I'm layering this, and I am going to be doing the nude on every single nail because my original idea for this nail set is to make it really cute, like add really cute French tips. So at first I wanted to add really cute French and do some type of patchwork nail design. I love patchwork stuff. Like, I'm obsessed with like the patchwork vintage Coach bags. I don't know if you guys know that those are like so trendy on TikTok right now, and like I've been wanting one so bad. But basically my point is that I love patchwork stuff. I feel like it's so cute. I love patchwork blankets. I love anything like knitted where you can add patches on it, patchwork pillows, vintage looking stuff. I love stuff like that. So when it comes to things like that, I knew I wanted to add a patchwork design on this because my customer specifically requested, she just said, I want you to make me a freestyle and I want it to be fall themed, like fall festivals and like fall harvest type of thing. Not a fall harvest, I think she said fall festivals and like pumpkin patch vibes. I was like, oh, I could totally do that. Like, when I think of pumpkin patch, it's like a patch, you know, like I think of like a literal patch, like you know. So I knew I wanted to do something really, really cute here, and I did 100% freestyle this nail set. I didn't have any inspo prior or anything. I just went in and started creating a fun nail design. So you're gonna see what I decide to do. And then after she had already ordered the fall freestyle and everything like that, she was like, you know what, can you add a character for me? And I was like, yeah, sure, like what do you want to add? And she wanted a Tigger, one Tigger per nail. So I put Tigger in the middle, on the middle finger, so he can be like the center of all the nails. I know sometimes you can put him like on the thumb, you have a little more space, but I really like when, like, if someone asks to see her nails, they can see the character right in the middle of all the other nails, you know, and then everything just flows so cohesively. So I usually like to put characters on either the ring finger or the middle finger, just because I feel like it makes more sense. So yeah, and if I'm talking so fast, those of you guys that already know me and have watched my channel, you guys know I'm always rambling, talking fast and everything. But I am on a literal, like, I don't know, coffee, like, not addiction. I don't know how to say it. I just drank a big cup of coffee and it's early in the morning. So yeah, if I'm kind of like jittery, that's why. But I feel like I film the best videos when I'm like caffeinated, you know what I mean? Because I'm not so like down and sluggish. Like sometimes I will be like a little down, and like I said, I've been kind of like feeling overwhelmed and like unmotivated and feeling like, I don't know, honestly, I don't know, I've just been feeling weird. So I didn't want to voice over this video with that type of mentality or like feeling down. So caffeine always makes me feel a little bit better. It just gives me like a little bit of a perk, so that it makes me feel a little more perky, like, so that way I'm not so like down, you know what I mean? If those of you guys that are caffeine drinkers, you guys know, but I have to have at least one cup of coffee a day. I try to limit it to only one, and sometimes if I'm super tired, I'll drink two, but I try not to drink more than that. And then some days, if I'm feeling super tired, I'll skip coffee and I'll just drink like a Celsius or something. But I know energy drinks are not that good for you, so I try not to. But yeah, anyways, I don't even know what I'm doing here, but I wanted to leave everything in so that way I actually have time to talk to you guys, because I usually cut out all these random parts and then I end up regretting it later and not having enough time to tell you guys everything that I want to tell you. So for the French tip, I am going to be using my 12mm liner brush. I did restock these in case you guys are interested in getting one. So this is my 12mm French Slayer brush. I created it specifically for creating a French tip nail, and I love it. I've been using it for over a year, just like religiously. I literally can't use any other brush. I've tried and I can't. This one is just the best. So for the actual French tip color, it may look a little white. It may look like a white French, but it's not. I actually mixed in just a tiny bit of an off-white. I wanted it to have a slightly off-white look, but not super off-white. I didn't want it to look yellow. I didn't want it to look so beige. So I just mixed in a little bit of something so that the white looks a little more creamier than usual. Because my white gel polish, if you have tried my white gel polish, or if you want to try it, it is like the perfect bright white gel. So if I want to mix something into it, I'll just like put it on a paint palette and mix in a little bit of something. For example, for this one, I just mixed in like a little bit of like a yellowish beige color, and I just mixed in a tiny bit, and then that's how I got this color, and I just love it. I feel like it gives it a perfect creamy look. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it really does make a difference. And anytime I'm using a lot of warm tones, instead of using a really bright white, I like to mix in a little bit of something into the white so that it doesn't look so bright in comparison to the other colors that I'm going to be putting on the nail. For example, this nail design is going to have a lot of orange, brown, and things like that, so I didn't want the white to look so different and drastically like bright in comparison to the other colors. Sorry if I hope I made sense. But yeah, so now that's what I'm doing here. I'm creating the French, and I did decide to do the French on the middle finger, pointer finger, and pinky. I can't remember if I ended up putting a French again on the other one of the other nails. I honestly can't remember. But so many people loved this nail set on my Instagram. Thank you guys so much for all the love. If you guys commented, liked it, whatever. But it's so weird. Instagram is literally the weirdest app ever, because I got like a really good amount of views on that photo of this nail set, because I don't know, so many people loved it. I don't know if it hit the algorithm or what, but I usually don't have that much luck with things hitting the algorithm on Instagram. I have built up my Instagram slowly over so many years of consistency, but it's so weird because my analytics on Instagram, like, I know a lot of you guys look at your analytics too. If you guys have a business account, I recommend it, but only like 1% of my followers saw this post, and 98% of the people that saw it were non-followers. So that is so freaking weird. Instagram only showed it to 1% of people that follow me, which I feel like is so weird. And 98% of people that don't follow me are the people that saw it. And that was a few million views. So that's really weird. And I don't know, Instagram is so weird. And also Instagram doesn't pay. I don't know if I've been getting like questions on social media and like if they pay and stuff. And if, for me, Instagram doesn't pay. Maybe some people, maybe it pays some people, but it doesn't pay me. Like I think I got like $5 or something off of a whole month of like really good amount of views and stuff. So you definitely can't rely on apps like that for income and stuff. So if you guys have been asking me about that, I can also do another Q&A video or something if you guys want another Q&A, because I know I love making Q&A videos and giving you guys a lot of informative information about things that have to do with social media, because it's so freaking confusing. Like I just recently started posting on Facebook and I don't understand how Facebook works. I did not grow up on Facebook. I grew up using Instagram. So Facebook is just so confusing to me, even though I know they're owned by the same person or whatever, same company. I don't understand Facebook at all. It's so confusing and I just don't get it. But I've been posting there and just trying my best to just upload videos there and stuff. So if you guys don't already, you guys can follow my Facebook. I'm also going to be posting like stories and stuff there too. So yeah, I don't know. That was so random. I don't know how I started talking about it, but my point is a lot of people really loved this nail set. And when I posted it, I was literally so glad that so many people liked it. Even if they are literally people that never even followed me before, or, you know, don't follow me, they just saw it randomly and really liked it. But in case any of you guys are here on my YouTube channel because of this photo of this nail set that I posted, I was really excited that I filmed it. So basically that's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm rambling again, but I was really excited that I actually went through and filmed this, because I wasn't gonna film it. I was thinking regular fall nail set, like people are probably already seeing so many fall nail designs from all their favorite creators. Like I don't know if I should film a fall nail set, but I'm glad I decided to, because this one turned out so adorable and I love this patchwork design. I feel like it's very beginner friendly. So I'm using my 9mm brush. This is my thicker brush. It's meant for filling in like larger spaces, and it's called the Super Slayer because it's meant to fill things in super quickly. So that's why I named it that. And I like how I can create these patches really efficiently with this brush because it's filling it in so quickly. So I am able, it is like thin enough to where I'm able to draw the actual square for the patch, and then it's thick enough to where it can hold a lot of gel for me to fill it in really fast. So that's why I like it for stuff like this. And I'm just using this orangey color for the little patches, and I'm doing patches on the thumb and pinky, and I think I end up doing something different on the other nails, but I'm gonna do this really cute pumpkin. So I'm gonna start off by doing like a really open type of M shape. So it's like a really open M, and this is gonna be a little stacked pumpkin design. I have had a few requests on recording how to do this as well. So now I'm gonna do another open M right here, and I'm gonna fill that one in as well. So you're basically stacking two pumpkins on top of each other, and this is just how I like to do it, by doing the little M shapes. It gives me like a guide of where to fill in first. So that's what I did. I did one M, filled it in, did the other little M, filled it in, and then now I'm going to continue on to the other stuff that it's going to have this same orange color. That way I don't have to work harder. So right now I noticed, okay, you know what? I need to do some leaves in this orange color. So let me go ahead and create those leaves right now so I don't have to go back in with this orange again on my brush, even though I think I might end up painting Tigger with this same color orange, but I think I end up making him a little bit of a different orange, so there's more variation in color. I'm not really sure what I end up doing. Like I said, I forgot, but now I already cleaned off my brush off camera, and now I'm going to be going in with some brown and creating some leaves with brown. So I love this brown. This is the same type of brown I like to use for like gingerbread and stuff. It's just like that gingerbread type of brown, you know what I mean? I love browns like this. If you don't have a brown like that, you can get any brown and mix in some orange into it, and you'll create this perfect gingerbread brown type of color. It's perfect for fall, and it's perfect for Christmas too, like I said, for gingerbread themed nails. But so now I'm curing that. Sometimes I like to flash cure stuff if I'm trying to work really quickly, but this time I just put the whole hand in the lamp. And when I say whole hand, I mean like the whole entire stand. And I notice a lot of people a lot of people like to use the little stands that have the magnets on it. I've actually gotten questions on why I don't use those, and the reason why is because they always break on me. They're like really cheap and flimsy, I feel like. I don't know if all of them are like that, but every single little magnetic stand I've tried has just feels so cheap. Like I literally like hit the stand with my hand and the nail tips go, like the nails go flying. Like I hate that. The magnets are not strong. The little holders are like cheap, and the little part that holds the nail always breaks on me. I don't know how it breaks, but it breaks when I try to pull my Gorilla Glue putty off of it. if you guys know what I mean. And that's why I like to use these nail stands. They're so sturdy, they're like actually strong, and I like that. So that's why I like these types of nail stands. If one day I can create my own, like a cute version of this type of nail stand, I definitely will for you guys. I know you could with like resin and stuff, but honestly, I wish I had the time to create like some extravagant resin type of nail stands. I think there's some press-on creators that do create some really cute ones, but I don't know, they're just really easy to use, and I like how all the nails are right next to each other, so I can work efficiently and move on to each nail quickly, because I feel like if I was working one nail at a time, it would take me a little longer, honestly, because of the way I work. I feel like if I had to do one nail, then put it into cure, then do another nail, then put it into cure, like it would take me way too long. So that's why I like these stands. All the nails are right next to each other. I can work on multiple things at once, and that really saves me a lot of time. So yeah, now I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other hand. I'll just put some music over this part. Okay, so now I'm finally going to paint the character nail. So I was actually so nervous on this part because I've never painted Tigger before. I've painted Winnie the Pooh, I've painted Piglet, and I honestly think that's it. But I've never painted any other Winnie the Pooh character, and I was really scared and nervous for this part, I'm not gonna lie. So for his actual color, all I did was use the same exact orange I had already picked up for all of the other designs on the nails, but I just added some yellow into it to make a little bit of a lighter, different tone of orange, and I feel like it worked out perfectly. So I am just starting off by trying to draw his shape. I'm kind of trying to do like a silhouette or color blocking. So I love to do color blocking with any character nail, and I recently started painting so many characters on medium length nails. I used to be a nail artist that only painted on long nails because I had more space. It was way easier to paint any type of character on a long nail. So if you guys want to get started on painting characters and more detailed stuff, I would recommend starting on a long nail first, because you have way more freedom to paint. Your lines can be a little thicker. It's like you have way more room for error in a way, and I don't know how to explain it, because when you try to do something on a short nail, you have very little room to work with, so it makes it so much harder because the character has to be so tiny, which means your lines have to be thinner, everything like that, and it's just like way more difficult. So after so many years, I'm finally starting to do characters on short nails. I don't know if you guys have been noticing that, but I never used to do characters on short nails. I don't know if you guys knew, but yeah. So this is my first time painting this type of character, you know, like a Disney character on a medium length nail, I think. So I was really scared. I think I've painted like other characters on medium length nails, but when I mean like this type of character, like I never did a lot of short nails with like cartoon characters, you know. So I've done like Jack before and stuff, but that doesn't count to me because it's like I've already done it so many times. I've also done the Grinch on medium length maybe a few years ago, but I've never done a character like this, so that has like a little more detail, you know. So I'm painting his silhouette first. Anytime you're doing a character, I would recommend color blocking first. There is some people that like to sketch out the character first to put like things exactly, or they like to make like a quick sketch first on the nail and then fill in after so that they know where everything is going to go exactly. I've even seen people do it with like pencil and like a matte top coat underneath, but I feel like just doing it like this is just like the best way for me personally. And I'm just basically I'm basically still sketching it, but except I'm just doing the full color already. You know what I mean? Like I am still kind of sketching it out. So sketching it out like this, I'm doing the full thing, and I will really stare at it before I even cure it to make sure that everything's where I want it to go, you know. Like for this character specifically, I had to make sure the head was long enough and that the ears were placed in the correct position. They can't be too high up like Winnie the Pooh's, they can't be so down low. They're like right on the side of his head. So that was one thing I was looking at. I also wanted to put some of his paws in the like in the frame, I guess, in the photo, whatever, in the drawing. So I needed to make sure that his paws had room to fit as well. And that's what I was looking at. And of course I am using my 9mm Super Slayer to fill in this whole space here. And once it was cured, this is when I started having to actually look at the details and what I'm going to do. So you want to work from like background to foreground. So like work with the base color first, which is like this orange, and then I'm gonna have to go in with like some other colors as well. Like I think white, I think I had to go in with white or some other colors you guys will see here in a second. And that's going to be like the next layer, and then the last and final layer will be like the outlining of everything, you know what I mean? So you want to work in layers. Like don't outline right here on this step because you might still have to put in other colors right now, you know. I hope that makes sense, but you want to work in layers. So it's like a light yellow color I had to use, so I'm grabbing this light yellow color and I'm going in with my next layer after doing the silhouette, which is these little details here. So this is like where his eyes go. This is a different color from the rest of his other fur. Like the other fur on his body is a different color than this. So this is why I'm doing this as the next layer. The orange layer is already cured and now I'm going in with this layer. And then I'm also going to be adding some to the ears here. I'm basically looking at a reference photo for Tigger because of course I couldn't do Tigger just off the top of my head. I did freestyle everything else. Just I needed a simple photo of him to be able to do this nail for this character. So now I'm going to be doing the little sides of his face as well. It has like some yellow here. I don't know how to explain it really. This is what I mean when I was like a little nervous because all these shapes had to fit in here. It's basically doing a bunch of different shapes and then you get to outline them and add the details later, which is what brings the character to life. Right now it looks like nothing. Like it looks like it's not even going to be a character or something. It looks kind of weird, but trust me, it all comes together. So you just kind of have to trust the process when you're starting to paint characters. You have to believe in yourself. Don't get overwhelmed easily. I know a lot of people get overwhelmed really easily. Like they'll try a character and then they'll be like, no, like this is horrible, I don't want to do it, and like they'll give up or something, or they'll like not want to do it again because they think it's not coming out good. Trust me, sometimes the characters look like so ugly until you actually add the details and like finishing touches, then the character really comes to life. Trust me, you just have to keep going. I was the type of person that was never able to paint a character and I was always so scared to do it. And now I feel like I can do almost anything, honestly. I want to challenge myself even more. Like I want to do, I really want to paint Harry Potter so bad. I love Harry Potter. So I have to try to do like some type of Harry Potter themed nail set. I want to do like a Harry Potter Christmas themed nail set. So if I do open up my, character freestyle sale for Christmas again, which I don't know if I will, but if I do, I'm definitely gonna add Harry Potter as an option. Hopefully someone wants to order a Harry Potter Christmas themed nail set. I even want to do like a Harry Potter Christmas themed decorations for like, you know, where I live. Like I want to do a Harry Potter theme. I feel like it would be so cute. I love the Harry Potter vibes, so I don't know, I would like that a lot. and I want to like challenge myself to paint Harry Potter. I don't even know if I would be able to do it, honestly, but I don't know. It's like fun to challenge yourself and see what you're capable of, because you never really know until you try. Like even you watching this video, like you may think I don't know how to paint a character like that, but you never know if you don't try. So just try your best. It's all about shapes and filling stuff in, literally. And then when it comes to line work, don't be so hard on yourself for not being able to get super ultra thin lines. Like just try to use your thinnest brush that you have. If you're looking at getting new brushes, try mine out. I feel like you would love it. But you know, if you don't have if you're not able to get new brushes right now, just use the thinnest brush you have, and I promise it might work out for you. And then I would also recommend to outline your characters in a liner gel. And using like a liner gel to outline characters makes all the difference than using a regular gel polish. Regular gel polish is just a little too runny for outlining characters. Even if it's like the most pigmented gel polish ever, it may be a little bit too like I don't know how to explain it. Like, and no matter the brand of gel polishes that I've used, my favorite ones ever, they're just too runny to be able to outline characters with. I would recommend a liner gel. Just look at some of your favorite brands. They probably have liner gels on hand. I know Madame Glam has really good ones. Nails by Dev has good ones. Like a lot of brands have good liner gels, so try them out. You can even buy liner gels from Amazon and try those out as well. I'm pretty sure they're all made in like the same types of factories anyways. So yeah. And for Tigger's nose, this was another shape I had to do. So this is like a circle. It is like a pink pinkish light pink nose. So I'm grabbing a light pink and doing a big nose here in the center. This is also going to cover up any imperfections from those side yellow shapes I did. Like, you know how they didn't look so perfect? This is also going to cover that up. That's why I say, like, don't get so overwhelmed. Like, just work step by step, and like little by little you'll start to get better and better and better. So yeah, this really helped me cover up those shapes if they weren't as perfect. And then I made sure that they were around the same size. I looked at both hands side by side and made sure that they're the same size nose, because sometimes I notice it's a little hard for me to replicate two characters because I have to do two hands, and it's hard for me to paint the character exactly the same the second time around, or the first time around it comes out a little uglier, and then the second time around it comes out perfect, or the first time it comes out perfect and the second time it comes out a little uglier. It is hand painted after all, so it's not going to be 100% perfect. Like, you know, we're not machines. Like, you're not going to, if you're not able to get it exactly the same both times for both hands, don't stress yourself out. Go look at my Instagram. Literally, even my work is not perfect on both hands all the time, because it's literally like almost impossible to get it exact the second time around. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just happens, especially if you're just starting out. Unless you're like super professional with like or not professional, unless you're super advanced with your characters and you know how to replicate it like exactly to the T, two identical characters. Like if there were two identical stickers or something, you know, you're probably not going to be able to make it exact. I definitely don't make mine exact, so don't stress yourself out about that. And don't be hard on yourself. So for these little pumpkins, I'm grabbing that same light orange color that I used for Tigger, and I'm going to be using this to add some highlights on the pumpkin and these little lines. So doing these little lines on the pumpkins really helps kind of bring it to life a little bit instead of it being all one color. If you're a beginner and you're scared to do so many little lines like that, just do the regular base pumpkins like I showed you with the 2Ms and fill it in, and then you can just do the outline and that's it. You don't have to do so many layers of lines and stuff, because I know it can get a little overwhelming. So I would recommend just doing that. And then I did go in and add a little stem here as well with some brown. Doing the little stem makes them look more like pumpkins, because if you notice that first, like right now, just like that, it doesn't really look like pumpkins. It looks like, I don't know, just like two things together. You can't really tell what it is, but adding the little stems and then like outlining them later also brings it to life way more. And I'm also going to be adding a little bit of like a plaid nail design on, or a plaid little design on one of the patches here. I wanted the patches to look slightly different. You can even do different shaped patches, like if you did heart patches for Valentine's Day, or like little Christmas tree patches for Christmas, or gingerbread patches for Christmas. Like, I'm definitely going to do a gingerbread patch themed nail set for Christmas, and I'll probably film it for you guys as well. But I have so many ideas for these little patches. They're just so adorable. So yeah, I wanted to do kind of like a plaid. I don't know why I just erased that, but anytime I have any mistakes, I like to use my Slayed Up cleanup brush. All of my brushes, every single one of them has an acetone resistant handle. I only use acetone to clean up my mistakes. I don't use alcohol, and I don't know if that's good advice for you guys or not. You may ruin some of your brushes, because not all brushes are acetone resistant, especially the hairs. Like the hairs on some of the brushes might be they might get super extremely damaged with acetone, but all of my brushes are made with acetone resistant handles, and highly acetone resistant brush hairs. So you are not going to have really damaged brushes if you use acetone to clean up your mistakes. You guys can see it firsthand in my videos. I always use acetone all the time. I always told you guys this. And in the video where I introduced my brushes, I also showed you like me literally putting acetone on the brush, and it was perfectly fine. You guys can try it at home. Like, try a brush for yourself. Get one of my brushes from my website, put acetone on it, nothing's gonna happen, I promise you. So that's why I love it. I use a lot of acetone, so I had to absolutely make sure that my brushes were acetone resistant. And I wanted to clarify that because people were asking, like I had someone ask if my brushes are acetone resistant, and they are. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna start like clarifying more things and talking about it a little more, because I know, like I said, there's always new people coming in either on my channel or on my social medias and don't really know. So now I'm going to be going in with my skinny brush again, which is my ultra thin brush. This is my 12 millimeter because I'm creating this nice, really long, thin line. I wanted to go in with this brush, and this brush creates really perfectly thin lines because it's ultra thin. I did, like I said before, I did make this brush to be ultra thin because of the reason I never had a brush that was thin enough. Every brush I ever tried was not thin enough for me, so I just created my own, and that's why I created it for you guys too. And yeah, I love it so much. So this is going to help me create this really ultra thin line right here around the smile line as well. If you guys have tried doing this, you know how difficult it is to create this perfect thin smile line around the French, and this brush makes it so easy. It almost like does the work for you, honestly. So I love it. And of course, using a liner gel helps as well. I'm using the Nails by Dev Triple Fudge liner gel right here. So if you guys are looking for a good liner gel, just start off by getting just this one, because I know they can be pretty pricey if you try to get all of them. Just get like one for now. Like, this is the only one I use. I have, I think, all of her liner gels that she's ever come out with, and I pretty much only use this one. So I don't even use any of the other ones. I think I only use this one and maybe the black one, and that's it. So I'm going to be outlining everything pretty much with this liner gel and my ultra thin brush. And I switched over to my, I think I'm going to switch over to a different brush right now, which is my 8mm shorter brush. Yeah, so I switched over to my shorter brush because I'm doing these tiny little leaves now, and my shorter brush is going to help me create these tiny little thin lines around these tiny leaves, because these little like details really matter, and outlining this just brings it to life. You can see the difference already that outlining did. So I'm using my 8mm ultra thin brush now. So my 8mm brush and 12mm brush are ultra thin brushes. My 9mm is a thicker brush that's meant for holding more product, aka more gel on the brush. And then my Slate Up brush is a cleanup brush, but you can also use it for painting other things like clouds. You can use it to paint like butterfly wings. I recently made a Corpse Bride nail set, and I used my Slate Up brush for painting the butterfly wings, because it's just perfect for, like, I don't know, it's like that really thicker brush stroke that's really nice for that. You can paint flowers with it, so it's like multi-purpose. It's not just for cleaning up stuff. I use it for a lot of other stuff too. And yeah, those are my brushes. I have 4 of them. So and now I'm going to be using the same little 8mm brush, the short one, to be creating these little thin like stitching around the patches. This is going to make it look so adorable. I feel like this really brought it to life, honestly, because without this it was looking like whatever, but this just made it look so much cuter. And I'm doing different little stitches, like some crossing, some regular lines, and then I'm going to be going over the smile line on this pinky as well. And I'm also going to be using the same liner gel to outline Tigger and also the pumpkins, so that way everything looks cohesive and everything is outlined and it like comes to life, you know what I mean? Because this is like a cartoon. Outlining in like a darker color really brings it to life way more than if I was to just leave it like this or outline it in black. Sometimes black gel polish could be a little bit too harsh for the certain type of character that you might be doing. And because this is like a cuter, like Tigger themed fall, like 100 Acre Woods type of vibe, I wanted it to have some dark brown. That's why I'm going in with this liner gel, because this is like a dark brown liner gel. It may look like a black liner gel on camera, but it's actually not. It's actually brown, which is why I love it. It's so good. So I love using this for a lot of characters that I don't want to have the really harsh line around it. And now that I'm done with all that, I did do the pumpkins. I also added some rhinestones on some of the nails. I wanted to alternate it, so on the other hand, the rhinestone placement is slightly different. And now I'm going to be outlining Tigger. So I was a little scared, but like I said, I just went with the flow. I'm using my 8mm ultra thin liner brush for this, and I'm just going in and outlining his ears, his head, basically the whole silhouette of his face. And then I'm just taking it line by line. And if you're really clumsy like me, you can totally flash cure in between each line. Like use a little flash carrying lamp. You can get them on Amazon, Shein, literally anywhere. A little flash carrying lamp, and then just cure really quickly so that way your lines don't get messed up if you create a perfect line. It's happened to me so many times where I create a perfect line and then mess it up, and I'm so mad at myself. So yeah, so now I'm going in and doing his little paws. This part is so cute. He's like covering his face like if he did something bad. I don't know. He's really like mischievous, I feel like, so it's really cute. And then for his nose, I was a little scared because anytime I have to outline any type of big circle type of thing, I always get scared because it has to be like almost perfect. But I just went in and tried my best, and it worked out great. Honestly, I'm not even trying to toot my own horn, but the brushes really do help. Every like time I've never had a ultra thin brush, it's been more difficult for me to create characters like this, and I noticed that I started creating more characters once I created my own brushes that were ultra thin, because it makes it way easier to be able to do characters like this, whereas before, no matter what liner brush I used, it never worked out for me that good. So yeah, now I am just doing more details here, his little eyes, his little eyebrows. I just love how the brush and the liner gel together work like magic, literally. Like, it's literally so amazing to be able to create characters like this, because once you see it come to life, you just feel so proud of yourself. Like, that's how I felt after I painted this. I just felt so proud of myself, like, oh my gosh, I painted this character, and he's so cute. He literally looks like a sticker or something. It's so adorable. I'm obsessed. So once I liked the way the character looked, this is how he's looking. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm a Disney girl through and through. I've said this before, but I love Disney characters. They're so adorable. So now I'm going to be moving on to the next step, which is top coating. So I'm going to be using my No Wipe Glossy top coat. It is such a good consistency because it's a little thicker than usual, but it's not thick and like sticky, which I hate thick and sticky gels because they're hard to work with for press on nails. I needed this to be a really nice viscosity to where it's like perfectly thick but not runny, and not so thick to where it's sticky. So I was very, very specific on my No Wipe Glossy top coat when I created it. So this is just the perfect top coat for me. I love how you can see it doesn't have a lot of bubbles in it or anything, so I like it for painting characters and like top coating over them and finishing them off. And I've gotten so much good feedback on the people that have already purchased, or I've gotten so much good feedback from the people that have already purchased my top coat. They say that they absolutely love it, and oh my gosh, you guys, it makes me so happy. It literally makes my day when people give me feedback on the gels and stuff, because I need to hear feedback in order to either improve or whatever. So yeah, I love it so much. This is, and my bottles are also like iridescent, so they're not like plain white. They might look plain white, but they're actually iridescent, kind of like chrome. They're so pretty, like under different lighting. And I used and I created this brush to be rounded around the cuticle area, so that way if you're doing clients, if you do gel X or acrylics, you can get around the cuticle area easier. Whereas usually other types of like this type, you can see the difference. So the one on the right is like a different random brand from Amazon, and then mine is the one on the left. My bottle is also 20 milliliters, so it has more product as well. So yeah, you guys, that's it for this video. Let me show you guys how the nail set finally turned out. It literally turned out so adorable. I hope you guys like it as well. And I had so much fun filming this video and chatting with you guys and just talking to you and giving you guys a lot of cool tips and tricks and information about how I created this. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.